Mercy Ravi, let me get you to respond to that. He says you're magnanimous, you're okay with stepping out, staying outside of, you know, big family ceremonies. Yesudas, Guruvayur wakes up to the songs of Yesudas every morning, but because he's a Christian, he can't enter. As a Christian, how do you feel about that? Or as just an Indian citizen, why as a Christian?
You know, this is a very strange situation there. Whatever the song that Yesudas is singing or sang, the lyrics were written by a Muslim Yusuf Ali Kacheri, and he is staying a little ahead of that temple. He can't get into this temple. Yesudas can't get into temple. It's so sad, but there is no problem in Lord Krishna hearing the music of Yesudas, hearing the sound of Yesudas, and the lyrics of Yusuf Ali Kacheri. At the same time, there was a time when all the oil that was brought into temple should be touched by a Christian from a particular family. There was a tradition once upon a time in that temple. So many contradictions are there.
Well, lots of ironies in that very interesting story.
I'll take a second to reply to his comment. They say Hinduism is a monstrous religion.
Who says? Chandrabhan?
Yes. Sri Krishna, who was a Yadav, right now is a OBC. Vedavyasa, who partiated the whole thing, was this Vedavyasa, son of a fisherwoman, and who was Valmiki, scheduled tribe. And the person who wrote Gayatri Mantra, Vishwamitra, was never a Brahmin. Rama was never a Brahmin. So never picturize Hinduism and Tantris as people who are backward, people who are exclusionary, people who belong to antiquity. Everything is subject to
except
evolution.
When it comes to women.
No, everything
except
is subject
when
to evolution.
It comes to women.
Even Sabrimala.
Except when it comes to women.
Sabrimala thousands of years back admitted people of our religion, and there is a Muslim Pradishta there. We have to pray to Babar, his real name is Babar. In Malayalam it is Babar.
So what is your view on Yesudas's non-entry into Guruvayur?
I'll say that I personally feel Yesudas is a greater devotee than me. But there is a law and we should think about changing the law, not allowing exceptions. What about other people like Yusuf Ali Kacheri, other people like Haider Ali? I think we should think about an evolution in law, not giving exception to people like Yesudas.
Chandrabhanji, you have sort of set the cat among the pigeons with your very strident statement. I understand the historic anger that, you know, a Dalit must feel about the nature of Hinduism in this country. But let me put it to you that you are sitting with several people on this panel, whether it's, you know, Makhalal Prabhuji, Rahul Ishwar, Pratihariji, Jay Panda, all talking about the time for change. Nobody here has actually said that no, this ban on Dalits or even other faiths is okay. It should not be debated. Why this level of cynicism then?
See, first begin with the fundamental question. There is only one God, that is Hindu God, which creates.
There is no one Hindu God.
Man unequally. The Brahma creates man in his Purushukta unequally. Nobody is equal. So my question to you is, why is Hindu God or Hindu gods and goddesses afraid of those who are victims of Hinduism? Dalits, women, and a white-skinned person. Why is your God so afraid?
See, there is no problem of God being afraid. It is only a part of social tradition, and God doesn't need temples, but we go to temples. Do you mean to say that God really needs temples? But it is our belief, and it is subject to illusion, and this is a factual error. Hinduism only believes in one call. They call it Brahma. Not Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Brahman, the ultimate Brahman. Okay. All other are interpretations. You have to understand.
Let me get the other panelists in. Jay and then Pratihariji. Yes.
I think we should take, with due respect, Chandrabhanji's viewpoints as those of an atheist rather than as a Dalit. Now, I completely
Because
agree.
there are many Dalits who do feel strongly about entering temples.
Yes. And we have had incidents in my state where, despite the law being in their favor, Dalits were being prevented at a particular temple from entering. I'm very glad that that situation has been resolving itself with the court orders.
Let me put it two questions to Jay and Mukul before I come to Pratihariji. Both of you said neither the law nor the state should intervene in a forcible way. There should be consensus. Would you apply that today even to the non-entry of Dalits into temples?
It has been applied in Odisha at the Keradagada Jagannath temple, not the Puri Jagannath temple. This is a smaller temple. Dalits were being prevented by the local...
There were 9 women Dalits, by the way.
Dalits were being prevented by the local temple administrators. There were a lot of protests, and this matter went to court. The Odisha High Court ruled that they cannot be prevented.
So there the law was needed, the courts were needed.
Yes, but here, as you yourself pointed out, there is a distinction because unquestionably Dalits are Hindus. Now, there is a larger debate about whether Makhanlal ji, who, as he said, is unquestionably a Vaishnavite, which I agree.
Yes.
But many people don't agree.
You know, the controversy that was raised, not in Puri, which is why I actually began by saying, you know, we need to distinguish the different Jagannath temples in Puri. There is a difference because the women who tried to enter were Dalits, and the resolution, even after the court and the consensus, the resolution that has come to it is that they will not be allowed into the interior sanctum sanctorum, but can actually enter up to a point and have a darshan through holes.
No.
Through, sort of windows. Yes, that's the newspaper report, and that might be the media problem.
Let me clarify, because this is something that has happened in my state.
I'll just get you this, yeah.
I'm more familiar with it. She's right that was the situation earlier. In fact, that is exactly what was happening. The priests and the local temple administrators
but, I mean, how can you defend
were
that?
stopping the
But
women from entering.
They didn't allow them in at all. They in fact took them out of the temple, and they were apparently humiliated.
Please let me finish. Yeah. That is precisely the position that prevailed. They had a wall with a hole, which is only where they were allowed to peek into the temple, which I find abhorrent. And that is precisely where the High Court ruled that they must be allowed inside.
So we can't always say that it has to be by consensus. On certain issues, we seem to agree that if need be, the court has to step in. Mukul, and then Pratihari ji has been waiting his turn. Quickly, Mukul.
Barkha, it's very clear. As I said, right of religion applies to both. A Dalit may say, I also have a right of religion, so I want to go to a temple. The temple says, we have a right of religion in our systems and our traditions, and therefore we govern in a particular way which may interact or may not allow a Dalit to enter. In such a situation, there is an interplay of two rights. One is a constitutional right of freedom. There is a constitutional right of equality. So the Dalit is equal to anybody else.
So it's colliding there.
So there is an interplay of two rights. If there is an interplay of two rights, ultimately the matter will have to be resolved by the final arbiter, which is the court.
Okay. Which is the court?
Yes.
Oh, I heard which is God.
No, which is the court.
Okay. Pratihari ji.
ऐसा है,
हाँ बताइए.
दो तीन बिंदु पर मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ. जैसे आप लोगों ने माना होगा, सुना होगा, भक्त साल्वेक वो हिंदू नहीं थे, फिर भी जगन्नाथ जी के बड़े भारी भक्त रहे. भक्त यवन हरिदास, संत कबीर, रसखान, ये लोग हिंदू न होते हुए भी जगन्नाथ जी के बड़े भारी भक्त थे. रही बात दलितों की, जगन्नाथ जी का दूसरा नाम है पतित पावन. दलितों से भी कोई अगर गया बीता होगा तो उसको हम लोग पतित कहते हैं. जगन्नाथ जी का नाम है पतित पावन.
लेकिन सारे मंदिर नहीं देते प्रतिहारी जी, सारे मंदिर नहीं देते. उससे पहले ही हमने बात की कि खिड़कियों के छेदों में से दलित बिलीवर्स को कहा जा रहा था.
मैं जगन्नाथ मंदिर के बारे में कहना आता हूँ. रथ यात्रा के समय वो स्वयं बैठ करके रथ पर आते हैं, इरेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ रिलीजन, कास्ट एंड क्रीड, लैंग्वेज, सभी लोग रथ खींचते हैं.
Repeatedly saying that Jagannath is Patita Pavan. Patita Pavan means the friend of the fallen. So why is it that devotees cannot be the same as Jagannath? Bhakta should be same, like father, like son. Therefore, they should be seeing. Why not take example from ISKCON? The doors are open to any ISKCON temple. We never have problem. Dalits can come, anybody can come ISKCON temple.
Okay, once again, Pratihari ji, I need to take a break. But we should remember that often people will cite other faiths and they will still say, despite Chandrabhan ji's proclamation, that Hinduism, because it's not as codified, does have room for debate, because there isn't a book as such that defines what the law of the land will be. After the break, why is it easier to evolve a consensus on the entry of Dalits into temples, but not at all easy to evolve a consensus on the entry of women?
Barkha ji, you are a fundamentalist feminist.
All right, in this segment of We the People, Rahul Ishwar from Shabrimala says, I'm a fundamentalist feminist for constantly raising the questions of why women are not allowed to enter his temple and many others. There is this whole notion of women being impure at certain times of the month, as if your period is a dirty word. We'll look at that in this segment. And before we return to our panel, let's get some comments from the audience. Yes.
Firstly, this issue has been raised because a politician or an eminent personality is involved.
So what was your question for them?
Our question is, when, like he said, in ISKCON temple, everyone is allowed. So it's also a Krishna temple. And if, according to some tradition, somebody is not allowed in a Guruvayur temple, why can't he come to that ISKCON temple? Why can't he take that right? And why create an issue over here? Why create an issue over here? Basically, okay, the point is. Basically, the point is.
Now, long speech you've given. Ravi, I think the question very simply is, why did you have to go to Guruvayur? Why couldn't you go to ISKCON instead? I'm sure it's not that simple, but answer that. I think the larger point is when you know there's a problem there.
It is something that happened over which I had no control.
Okay.
After I got married, I had two sons, Arjun and Varun. Arjun passed away January 2006, and it was something that was not in our control. It happened and it happened. And my mother-in-law, at that time, they are great devotees of Guruvayur. My father-in-law has given the Nada doors of both sides to Guruvayur. And she had gone and prayed to have another child. And if there was another child, she said she would bring it here for Chorun and the...
Dedicated.
And do what they call, what's the word? Adimavaka at the temple. So when she has done that, and Rajiv was born in December, it is a moral obligation to do that. It is not because I'm a politician's son that I'm going there. It's not that I want to raise a controversy or anything. I went there out of belief. And because my mother-in-law has made that thing, that she will take that child there.
Okay, to say, why can't you go here and not go here, tomorrow we'll turn around and tell a Dalit worshipper, go to a Dalit temple. Why do you want to enter temples that restrict you? So these are complex questions.
No,
on the question of women.
That should, and the question of women, every woman knows when should we enter the temple, when should we not.
And that is okay with you? You're basically saying certain times of the month we should not enter, basically.
Yeah, basically.
And that's okay with you?
That's okay with us.
Rahul, she's saying every woman assimilates which 4 days of the month she's not supposed to enter a temple, so why the blanket ban? So that's another variation.
You have to listen to that. And one more thing, any idea in its extreme form is fundamentalism. And Barkha Dutt is a fundamentalist, extremist and feminist terrorist, which always lifts up all the feminist issues. It's a compliment that I give you.
So I suppose I'm one sort of extremist and you're another sort of extremist. And hopefully there are people who will be able to build...
There's a historic reason if Rahul's not going to do that.
There is. Every temple has some kind of an ideal and a Mula Mantra in the state of inception.
Yes.
So you have to understand all those complex reasons before jumping into a simple question.
All right, let me get Radhika in, who's the only woman on the... and Mercy after that. Mercy, just a minute. Radhika,